Alright, Joe here, welcome back to We Need to Talk Self-Isolation Edition. Yes, I'm still sat in my sort of like kitchen lounge area, aren't I? Jeffrey and Kenny looking pretty clean and pretty happy at the moment. Swim bladder treatment went down an absolute treat by all accounts. I'm starting to get pretty bored, I'll be honest though, in quarantine. How are you guys holding up? Let me know what you're up to in the comments below. Hit like on the video as well if you are as bored as me. Anyway, this is the show that looks at football on the internet over the past 7 days, doesn't it? 7 days that's seen Erling Braut Haaland apparently as bored as us.
1, 2, 3, bang!
85-year-old Violet Slater proving she can still hit top bins. And David Luiz showed that the skill he's been working on at home is apparently editing. Anyway, this week we need to talk yet again about Ronaldinho. Now, if you follow us over on Snapchat, we need to talk every single day on there, and we're always talking about Ronaldinho. But if you don't, you might well remember that a few weeks ago, Chris was telling you that Ronaldinho had been sent to prison over in Paraguay. Some of you, though, might just be thinking, I don't follow you on Snapchat. Tap for 14-year-olds, and I didn't watch 2 weeks ago. What the hell are you talking about? So I'll give you a little brief recap on why Ronaldinho is in a Paraguayan prison. Well, old Ronnie, whose actual last appearance as a professional footballer came back in 2015, by the way, was arrested at the border of Paraguay and accused of attempting to enter the country illegally under a fraudulent ID. Now, the Brazilian legend actually had his passport taken off him by the Brazilian government back in 2018 over some unpaid building debts, which makes it even more bizarre that he's been doing this sort of world tour for the last 8 months. How has he been doing that without a passport? Have people just been shipping him in under different names? I don't know what's gone on there. Nevertheless, it remains a fact that he did travel to Paraguay and attempt to enter the country under a fake ID, but he was actually doing so to help with a charity that helps underprivileged children with medical assistance, as well as promoting his new biography. And let's not forget, he himself claims that he was given the ID as a gift when he first got to Paraguay, and that him and his brother, who's also in prison, didn't have any clue that it was going on. Nevertheless, they were still forced to stay in a maximum security jail in Paraguay, although he is sharing the cell with his brother. I'll be honest with you, Roberto de Assis Moreira, who is Paraguay's Home Secretary within their government, said that it looks more like a hotel. And it's no surprise, because he's also in the same block in the jail as the former president of the Paraguayan Football Association, who's currently in jail for money laundering. Now, obviously, since he's been inside in this maximum security Paraguayan prison, all of the world's press have wanted a slot. They've been camped outside the prison trying to get the details of the Barcelona or former Barcelona star's life behind bars. On a local news station, the warden for the prison actually let slip that Ronaldinho is prison number 194. He wakes up at 8 o'clock most mornings, and he's even had visits from Paraguayan star Nelson Cuevas. I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is? Nelson Cuevas. Paraguayan footballer and current singer. Now, not only has he been getting visits from Paraguayan footballers / singers, but he's also being asked to play in loads of different football prison teams. Now, originally it was reported that he'd said no to all of them. However, then it was reported that he'd said yes to a couple of them. Others were saying that he was allowed to play in prison games, but he wasn't allowed to score because he was too good. There was meant to be a tournament going on in which the winning team got a 16-kilogram roast pig. So a lot of the teams felt it was unfair Ronaldinho was playing. Nevertheless, he eventually picked a team, and I'll be honest with you, judging by this leak, he's still got a bit. His team obviously went on to win the tournament. He scored 5 and assisted 6 in the final. They won 11-2. It's a bit unfair. I think it's a bit unfair. Ronaldinho, how do you convince Ronaldinho to come and play for your prison team? I mean, it's either going to be violence or bribery. But the reason we're talking about Ronaldinho this week is because yesterday there was finally some good news for the Brazilian legend. He and his brother are finally getting out of prison. They paid their $1.6 million bail yesterday in order to leave the prison. However, they can't just go back to Brazil. This isn't the end of it. They're now under house arrest. Obviously, he doesn't own a house in Paraguay, so instead, the courts will be letting him stay in the presidential suite of a 5-star luxury hotel. Now, according to this, the hotel's presidential suite boasts its own balcony, 55-inch smart TV, whirlpool, and spacious kitchenette, although he's going to be getting room service, isn't he? Surely be on room service. His brother is 2 doors down in the executive suite. How will the other half live? Now, they do still face the prospect of 6 months further prison time if they are found guilty. However, Ronaldinho's fairly sizable legal team are obviously still arguing the decision. They're saying that he should be spared from facing prison time due to his high-profile status as a former footballer, and are basically saying that his detention was arbitrary, abusive, and illegal. His lawyer went on to say, the courts have not taken into account the fact that Ronaldinho didn't know he was committing a crime because he didn't understand he'd been given false documents. Here's the best bit, he is stupid. What a sentence from your own lawyer. Now, it remains to be seen what is going to happen with this court case, but Ronaldinho, he's out, he's in a hotel. It all might well blow over for the ex-Brazilian superstar. Moving on to the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's no bad and ugly this week because, to be honest with you, there's enough bad news going on in the world right now. So I want to talk about some good stuff. And this week, it's about the Players Together initiative. This was actually spearheaded and started by Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson. So well done, Jordan. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen the letter that most players posted on their Instagrams and Twitter feeds over the week detailing the whole Players Together initiative. But in layman's terms, it aims to distribute money to where it is needed the most, in particular towards the NHS. So well done to all of the Premier League players. So that's it for this week's episode of We Need to Talk. If you enjoyed it, slap a like button. Let me know what you're getting up to in self-isolation. Remember, we do these every single day over on Snapchat, so go and subscribe to that. Tomorrow we've got extra time coming out. The day after that, we've got Sunday Vibes. And over on EFD today, I think Continental Club is back. So make sure you go and watch that. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.